just going to do a chatty get ready with me. I'm not at work today because somebody took a day off to catch up on clinical notes and all kinds of stuff, but here we are. And I decided that I was not going to go into the office today. So I don't have to worry about parking or anything. My morning has been fine. I put something in the crock pot. I usually like to make chili. My chili's good. Ugh, okay. But I've also started to do like tacos in the crock pot, like just putting the meat in there with the seasoning and stuff. So the whole house smells delicious. So I did that. I fed Rose, the usual. I just went in with my Tatcha silk canvas, and I'm going to continue using the All Hours foundation from YSL. Now, I've been using this foundation this week, and so far I like it. Let me tell you about it. I've been putting it on with a brush, but I'm going to use a sponge today, a dampened sponge. I just feel like I haven't used a sponge in a while. I have the shade DN7. There's definitely a scent to it. It's not overpowering, but it's definitely there. I think I mentioned that before. So if you are sensitive to scents, just be aware of that. It's sort of like a clean, you know, those fragrances that like just smell clean, like a clean fragrance, not like cleaning products, just like clean. So what is that? Like the sort of like a crisp, refreshing kind of smell. Like you want your laundry to smell like that. So that's what this kind of smells like. It's not overpowering. I think if you're sensitive to scents, it's gonna punch you in the nose a little bit. I don't smell it throughout the day, so I don't recall like sitting at my desk and like smelling my face. So I think it just kind of goes away. There's also the possibility that I get used to it, but just want to make sure that I note that for people who do have sensitivities. I'm sometimes sensitive to certain scents, like, you know, those plug-in kind of things. The only ones I can tolerate are like lavender ones, and they have to be on like the lowest setting, or else I feel like the scent is wafting through the air and choking me. So yeah, this one doesn't choke me. So far, I like the shade that I picked up, the DN7. I think it goes pretty well. I like the coverage. I would say it's medium full-ish, and it is described as a luminous matte, and I would definitely agree with that. It is a luminous matte in my opinion. So I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs concealer that I've been using up. I need to see what other concealers I have on the books to use. Okay, and so the other thing I did this morning was that I dropped off to FedEx the Hourglass Tiger palette. I just was not, like, I wasn't feeling the palette, and like it would, like, what was it, like one, I think, color or two, like the blushes would work. I didn't like the like finishing powder. Like it just wasn't worth the money. Definitely not worth the full price. I don't even know, for me on my skin tone, it also didn't even feel like worth the sale price. And I feel some kind of way about Hourglass still, and I needed to like get rid of it. Have you ever had that experience where you're just like, get out my house, like your vibes are off, you need to leave? You ever felt that way? Because that's how I felt about this Hourglass palette. I don't know why. When I feel some kind of vibe, energy, I don't question it. I'm just like, okay, something is telling me something. And so I am going to react in an appropriate way, which is to get rid of it. And then go in, blend this out. So I boxed it up back in the Sephora box and went ahead and dropped it in a little FedEx box. So it is out of my hands officially. And I'm okay with that. I miss using a sponge. What are you using lately? Are you using brushes or sponges? Oh, I think their sale has started. And they're gonna have like, at least what I saw was like 50% off, which is a deal. Now, I do like Refer brushes. I especially like their eye brushes. I would say I probably use their eye brushes daily. I think you can save up for like Sonia G, Wayne Goss, and some of the other like more luxury brand brushes. But I like the Refer ones too, and they are natural hair brushes. What's kind of cool is that you can give feedback on the brush that you use and get like an extra discount on your next purchase. Okay. Ooh, child, my back hurt. Oh my God. Okay, so I keep remembering things from like when I was younger. Remember that they all do gigolo, jig gigolo, hey gigolo, jig gigolo. Y'all remember that? And then they'd be like, hey, Shawnee. You'd be like, yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling fine. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. Bang, bang, choo, choo, try and rub me out. And I'll shake my thing. No Reese Piece, no Buttercup. Mess me and I'll mess you up. Gigolo, jig, gigolo. Hey. Okay. I'm sorry. Shut up. Okay? Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in with my Pat McGrath under eye setting powder. Like, I feel like me and Pat have been having a falling out, and I'm calling her Pat, you guys. Usually I'm like Patricia or the Dame, but I don't know. I haven't been like, she been like, I feel like our friendship has changed. Like, I really want her to come out with some bronzers, and she came out with like some nail polish. Pat girl, who asked you for nail polish? Again, as I always say, I don't have no brand, so I don't know. Maybe that's the thing to do, is to come out with some nail polish, girl. But I would really like some bronzers or something. Who am I, though? I am not on her marketing team or her product development team. But I saw that she's like having a sale, and like, I don't want anything. I feel like that's weird. I'm not used to it. Like, I don't even want the new, not the new, it's not new anymore. The, what's that thing called? Mothership 10. I'm just like, what halves about it? I need to examine that. I really do. It's like the end of an era. Okay, so the only thing about using a sponge is that sometimes you do get the product like on your hands. That's no fun. That's not really something that happens when you're using a brush. But luckily I have a towel here. So I figured today that we would revisit Miss Charlotte Tilbury Daahhhling. and use one of the eyeshadow palettes I have from her. Now I do have this Instant Eye palette in Pillow Talk. I also have 3 of her quads. This one is the Fire Rose quad that came out I think like a year or so ago. That was like limited edition. This was actually, I think, the first palette I got from the Daahhhling, Charlotte. This is her Flawless Eye Filter, Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter Quad luxury palette. And then we've got the Walk of No Shame luxury palette as well. And, you know, I feel appreciative of the fact that she changed it from Walk of Shame to Walk of No Shame. Because, girl, there is no shame in your game if you doing that little walk after you done had an intimate encounter with someone. Make sure it's, you know, consenting adults kind of stuff going on. But I like that it's now Walk of No Shame. Ain't no shame when I walk. So, why don't we use... let's use the Hollywood Flawless Filter one. Now, I want to use this because it's all shimmer, so I kind of want to see how that's going to look. What I do like on the back is that they do have not only the name of the palette, but also where to put things. So you have 4 shades. One is for priming, one is for enhancing, one is defining, and one is for smoke. But again, you can use them as you wish. And basically it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Prime, enhance, define, smoke. So I didn't put on any eyeshadow primer. I'm just gonna use this. So I'm thinking of video ideas for December. So let me know if there's something you want to see or that you're curious about makeup and such, or something else, I guess. I don't know. Like, do you want to know what candles I burn? I don't know. What lotion I use? Let me know. I have one fragrance that I use, so I don't know that that would be... Like, I know people are doing their fragrance tour, like, videos and stuff, but I'm like, I have one fragrance that I use. So let me know if you want to know about it. So you've got that first shade on. Let's go into the next one. Basically, I'm just going to layer everything. Y'all, I text message some of y'all. I text message Tracy and Mary and Jessa. Why is there now a trend, like a cold girl makeup trend and a like crying or I'm sad makeup trend? I take serious umbrage with that. Like, I am not okay with those two things. Like, I think that is, I usually don't say this, but that's some of the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. Why are we out here trying to look cold or trying to look sad? Maybe it's because I see people looking sad literally all day. It's part of my job, and it's cold as like ice outside, so I can just go outside and look cold. But I just, why? Where does this stuff come from? Why are we doing it? Why are we okaying it? Do not come to me with that. Don't come to me with that mess. Cold and sad. What kind of Oliver Twist ridiculousness is this? Y'all be doing too much. Y'all be doing too much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it has some sort of significance to it. But, like, there are real sad people and real cold people out there. Like, why are you over here trying to look like one? You're literally bundled up in front of your vanity with some earmuffs on, putting red under your eye to look sleepy, tired, and cold. Girl, bye. If you don't get away from me. All right, I'm going to go in with this smoke shade. Oh, that makes me so upset. I don't know where people be getting this stuff from. If anybody, do not come to me talking about let's do a cold girl look. No, no. And that's going to ruin our friendship. That's it. Don't talk to me anymore. All right, for the interest of, or in the interest of time, let me just zoom through the other eye and fill in my brows just a little bit more, and I will come right back. So I fully intended to show you the rest of what I was doing, but I had to juggle a couple of things at once, including a consultation phone call about a client. You don't care about that stuff. I'm just letting you know, I am sorry that I didn't show you the rest of the stuff that I used on my face, but I'll tell you. How about that? So I went in with some of my Lethal face powders. I am really excitedly waiting for their Black Friday sale. I went in with this shade here as a bronzer. The shade is called Zenith. And then I also went in with this shade here, which is called Adorned. And I used that kind of like as a light blush. I then went in with, did I close that? Then went in with this Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Merlot. I didn't put on a lip liner, but you could always throw one on. And I finished everything off with my Charlotte Tilbury Daahhhling pressed finishing powder. This is the shade 3, and I'm just making my way through it. Already got a backup. This is one powder that has stood the test of time for me in terms of finishing everything off. I feel like it just blends everything together. Some people have found this to be a little too matte for them. I don't mind it at all. Okay, so before we talk about the eyeshadow palette, let me let you know how I feel about the YSL foundation. Now, I feel like I got a really good shade. So, if you can get a good shade, I think like it just looks really nice. It looks very seamless. It gives you that like medium coverage. It does seem buildable. Goes on well with a brush and with a sponge. So you can use it with whatever preferred method. I imagine it's probably okay with using your fingers as well. Now, it is said to be a luminous matte. I do find it to be a pretty luminous matte. Now, you do get a bit of that dry down matte, but it's not like Sahara Desert dry. You know what I mean? Like there's still that luminosity going on. Now, the other day I checked in about midway through the day, and it was like 7.5 hours into me wearing it, and I was oily. I was an oily girl. Like, you could probably do a little quick stir fry on my face, but I was able to take that oil down just by blotting, and I think I could have worn it throughout the rest of the day. Like, let's say if you have a 12, 14, whatever hour day, I think you can make it. Like, the foundation didn't break up or anything. Rose, if you're going to be in here, I'm going to show you to the camera. I'm going to show you to the camera. Come on. Oh, okay. I thought we had a deal. So if you have a longer work day, then I think it can work. But if you're not one that's able to blot or powder midday, you know, like I know some folks work in industries where you're just going, and you don't have a moment for yourself. It's not going to stay matte throughout the whole day. It's still going to look good though under, like, once you blot it and everything. So I do find it to be relatively long wearing. I'm going to keep wearing it, especially on my longer days. It says up to 24-hour full coverage. I'm not gonna do that. It definitely does have a weightless feel. And I will say, be mindful that there is a light scent to it. I don't smell the scent once the foundation has sort of dried down, but putting it on, for certain, you do smell it. Now, the Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter Luxury Palette from Daahhhling, Charlotte Tilbury. I like this. I feel like it's a really pretty, like, Sort of like old Hollywood classic look, right? Even though there weren't really black people in old Hollywood. Anyway. No. 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 Every time I use Charlotte Tilbury, I remember that I like her stuff. Now, for the price, what's this, like $50-something? That's, no. If you can get these on sale, that's when I would purchase them. This one is very simple and classic. So if that's your kind of vibe, then I think you'll like the Flawless filter, the Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter. She does have a lot of other quads, and like I shared, I have 2 other ones. But if you can get them on sale at a discounted price, then I would say try it out. I do like the formula. It's just like super easy to use, especially if you're like a no muss, no fuss kind of person. You can use your fingers to apply them. It's super easy and quick, and get a cute, like, seductive look if you really want to. So yeah, I do still like it. This will continue to stay in my collection. I believe that the other palettes are very similar in terms of performance, and so these are going to keep on keeping on for me. And let me know if you have tried any of them. The other thing that I like from Charlotte Tilbury is this Airbrush Flawless Setting, what's this? Spray. This has bumped every other setting spray out of the stash. Like, this is pretty much the only setting spray that I use now, and it really does like lock your foundation in. And one thing, or your makeup in general, one thing I suggested to my friend Mary was that you can spray it on as a primer, then put on your foundation, then spray it on as a setting spray. It's like just sandwich it in between. It's not gonna budge. Okay, so hopefully some of this was helpful. I hope that you're taking care of yourself and staying warm. Don't come at me with that cold girl trend. Don't do it, okay? And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.